Okay, I think we can get this started. Thank you for joining us for today's Super Bowl 55 media availability with Tampa Bay Buccaneers tight end Cameron Brate. To ask a question, please use the raise hand function and we will try our best to get to everyone. We will start with the first question from, sorry, Jason Beatty with Sports Illustrated.
Hey, Cameron, thanks for doing this. My question for you is, when Rob Gronkowski came out of retirement and decided to join his friend Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, what do you remember about your initial reaction being? And since throughout this entire season, what have you maybe learned from him? And what have you seen from him?
Yeah. So when we signed Rob, Tom called me right away because at that point I talked to Tom. I kind of worked out with Tom. He just told me, hey man, you're gonna love Gronk. You're still gonna have a role on this team, but you're gonna learn a lot from Gronk. Gronk's a great player, great teammate. He's gonna help our team out a lot. So that kind of eased any concerns I had really about whether I was going to play it all once we got Gronk. But yeah, I mean, Gronk was someone that I looked up to a ton when I was in college. Being up there in New England, just a guy that could kind of do everything really well, and he has confirmed that this year. Me just kind of watching him and picking up things that he does well, and he's a great player, but he obviously brings a lot to the locker room as well, and to the tight end room too. He's just a really fun guy to be around, and I'm super thankful and happy that we brought him into Tampa.
Next question, we will go to Joshua Allen with Bucs Report.
Hey, Cam, how are you doing?
Good.
Can you just take me on your journey through the season, from the offseason, getting COVID, and then during the regular season having your role kind of a little bit diminished from what you've been used to? I mean, you're one of the top touchdown getters in the last 5 years. And then to really this playoffs where your role has really expanded and you've caught multiple touchdowns in multiple games, and just the emotional journey you've been on this year to reaching, the pinnacle, the Super Bowl at home.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride this year, to say the least. Really for everyone. But yeah, it's been crazy. It feels like we're living in some bizarro world. We were all locked inside for a long time with the quarantine and everything like that. The Bucs signed Tom Brady. We got Gronk. It's just been a crazy year. We were talking about it a year ago. We were watching the Super Bowl at Ali Marpet's house, just how crazy everything that's transpired over the past 365 days since then. And now we get to play a Super Bowl at home. So yeah, it's been a really, really wild ride. Got sick with COVID this summer. Luckily I didn't have really any symptoms or anything like that. Yeah, like you said, the season started and didn't really have too big of a role at the beginning of the year. But OJ went down with injury, and obviously that hurt our team. OJ's a great player, but at that point I kind of had to step up and kind of embrace a new role. Got thrown in and had to play quite a bit more, and just really kind of picked up a little bit, every week throughout the year to get to the point where we're at now. And kind of at the bye week, we kind of reevaluate what we were doing as an offense, and I think we've gotten a lot more multiple with our personnels and stuff like that, and just kind of utilizing everyone to the best of their ability. So, whether it's playing a couple snaps a game at the beginning of the year, or playing quite a bit more like I have in the past few weeks, as long as we get to win, man, I'm pretty pumped.
Thank you.
Next question, we will go with Adam Kilgore with the Washington Post.
Hey, Cameron. You, as a fellow tight end, what stands out to you as most sort of interesting or impressive about Travis Kelce's game, especially the way he's able to, kind of see coverages and get open?
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. Once Gronk, his skills didn't really diminish, but he started to get used a little less in New England than he did, when I was in college. And once I got to the NFL, he was no longer my favorite tight end. It was Travis Kelce. Kind of just the things he could do on the football field. How much the Chiefs trust him to kind of freelance and get open, and just him and Mahomes, their connection is pretty special. And he's a guy that every offseason I kind of look at all his targets from the previous year and see if I can pick anything up from him, because he's just incredibly talented at finding ways to get open, super creative as a receiver, and he's someone that I definitely respect his game a ton.
Yeah. Do you have any one example about like you mentioned, like something he does that's creative in terms of like how he uses body or whatever to get open?
I mean, basically everything he does. Like he's playing basketball out there, just like using his body, flipping guys around. Like even in the playoffs a couple weeks ago against who was that? The Browns on Denzel Ward. Just an unbelievably creative route. Just gave him a couple different moves and positioned his body between the defender and the quarterback. And was, you just don't see tight ends move around like that and kind of use their creativity like that to get open. And it's something that if you watch any Chiefs game, he does it multiple times a game. So yeah, he's pretty special.
So do you think that's a physical capability or more of like a mental / like approach to the game capability that he has?
It's definitely a little bit of both. He's got these crazy loose hips, man. So he can kind of push off and create separation, stick his foot in the ground from all these weird different angles. But I think the thing that his standout trait is just his feel for the game, because he can always just find a way, because teams know like Mahomes is going to go to Kelce, like any big third down, any big moment in the game. He's looking for 87 across the middle, and he still finds ways. So, yeah.
Thank you. The next question will go with Steve Lipo from NBC5 Sports Chicago.
Let's go, Chicago.
Hey, Cameron, how you doing, man?
Good.
Hey, we talked to your old coach, Mike Stein, this week, and he says hi.
Hey.
2 questions, just big picture. Can you kind of wrap your head around from the time you were at Naperville Central to now going to play for a Super Bowl? And if you had any message to the kids who are there now, what would you tell them?
Yeah, so I never really I mean, I always thought it would be cool to, be a professional athlete, stuff like that. But I was always pretty realistic, because I had seen the numbers that, the NCAA shows you where only this many high school football players go on to play in college and only this many college players go on to play in the pro. So I knew the odds were pretty long. So that's kind of why I chose to go to Harvard. Not that I had any crazy Division I offers or anything like that. I had a couple smaller MAC offers. But, I was very realistic, hey, I'm not making it to the NFL. I need to fall back on my degree. So, I mean, I never envisioned, being in my 7th year in the NFL, having a chance to play in the Super Bowl, anything like that. So I would just say, always have a fallback plan. Work hard in school. My parents were both elementary school teachers, and I think they would have disowned me if I turned down the opportunity to go to Harvard once that presented itself, and they really pushed me in that direction. I'm very thankful for them for that. But yeah, this has all been crazy for me my entire NFL career. Even in college, I just thought, I'd delay getting a job for a couple of years, maybe last on a practice squad or something like that. So it's all been kind of gravy the past 6 years. After that first year, it's all been much, much better than I could have ever imagined.
Thanks, Cameron. Appreciate it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Next question, we will go with Anthony Curti with ESPN Brazil.
Hi, Cameron. Hope you're doing well. Congratulations for being the Super Bowl. Tampa offense had a pretty tough game versus the blitz in the KC game on week 12. So targeting the tight end in the middle might be a good counter for that. And at the same time, this defense was the 5th worst versus tight ends this year. So how do you see this matchup? It might be a key point in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Kansas City is a very aggressive defense. They really challenge offenses. They play a lot of man coverages across the board, and they blitz a ton, like you said. A lot of cover zero, really force the quarterback to get the ball out of his hands quick. So they definitely present a challenge in that regard. We all have to be really on point with our protections and our hot routes and sight adjustments, stuff like that, because they usually send one more guy than you can block. So, that's something that we weren't necessarily 100% on the same page with when we played them in week 12. And that's why we really struggled in the first half. But, I think that was a big moment for us as an offense. It kind of forced us to all get on the same page and really make sure that we were all on point with some of the minor details and blitz pickups and hot routes and stuff like that. So, it's going to be a challenge again on Sunday, because I'm sure they're going to dial up some stuff that we haven't seen on tape or anything like that. So it's something that we've been stressing this week, and it's definitely going to show up on Sunday.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Our next question, we will go with Dan Moriarty with CNN Sports.
Hi, Cameron. You guys have won 3 road games to get here, but what does it mean to play the first ever Super Bowl at home?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It seemed like since we signed Tom in March, like everyone kind of joked around, like, yep, Bucs are going to be in the Super Bowl at home. And here we are, a year later from that point. And it's definitely special to all of us. And it's super great for the city. The opportunity to have the Bucs kind of represent the whole city, and hopefully we can all celebrate together after the game. So definitely special for us. Hopefully we got a lot of Bucs fans there on Sunday. But yeah, pretty unbelievable how it all kind of worked out.
Next question, we will go with Ryan Dunleavy with the New York Post.
Hey, Cam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
No risk it, no biscuit. What is the biscuit? Is it a touchdown? Is it a big play? What is it?
That's a great question, man. I think it can be anything, whatever is needed. But yeah, we love that mentality here. It's, the players enjoy that. We like being given the opportunity to go for it in big moments. That's kind of what the no risk it, no biscuit mentality is. We saw it the other day by taking a shot before halftime. But yeah, that's BA. He talks about it all the time. It's not just to the media, like it's to us too. When we're watching tape together during the week, he'll drop that line when we're watching 2-minute tape, especially. So it's cool. The players all love it. Like we have that mentality on offense. We have it on defense too, dialing up blitzes and key moments, stuff like that. So no risk it, no biscuit.
When you hear it, does it make you hungry? I'm serious. Like, where's the best biscuit you ever had?
No, you got to watch your carbs, man. Yeah, you can't be eating too many biscuits.
Thanks.
Next question will come from Mark Topkin with Tampa Bay Times.
Hey, Cameron, you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we've had little issues today. 2 totally unrelated questions. One on Bruce Arians. How does a 68-year-old guy who was already retired relate to 20-something-year-old players of, all the different mix you guys have in there? And then secondly, you mentioned Travis Kelce on the field. Have you ever met him off the field? You ever watched his reality show? What do you think of his personality off the field?
All right, yeah. So BA, he's a very youthful 68. Like he's like a cool dad, you know. Not like my dad, who's also 68. But yeah, I mean, he's got no issue, you know, relating to us. When he starts swearing at you, that's kind of cool, right? Like, you know, like he's got some balls to swear at us and stuff like that. So like, yeah, he's like, age is just a number, you know. He jokes around, has a good time with us, and you know, all of us love him. You know, he's very loyal to us, and he treats us with respect. So, you know, we in turn respect him. And as far as the second question, yeah, I love Travis. I kind of like, he's like a cool dude as well. Very cool dude. I can't say I've ever watched his reality show, but you know, he dresses cool, plays with a lot of confidence, a lot of swagger. Me, I'm kind of more even keel, you know, don't rock the boat too much. So I kind of enjoy watching other people who have a little more flair for the dramatic.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question will come from Angel Wells with NABJ Sports.
Good afternoon, Cameron, and congrats on making it to the Super Bowl.
Thanks.
What do you enjoy about playing alongside Gronk and OJ Howard? And do you have a favorite memory with the Bucs tight end room?
Yeah, I mean, I love playing next to both those guys. You know, unfortunately for Juice, he got hurt earlier in the year, but he's still around the building. And, you know, I've had a chance to be his teammate now for 4 years. So me and him are super close. And, you know, he's been working really hard to come back and be ready for us next year. You know, Gronk, like I was saying before, like he was like my idol in college. So he's just like, I would say Gronk is like not like a funny guy per se. He's just really funny to be around. Like he'll say something that's like not funny at all, and he'll just start cracking up at his own joke. And so like you're not really laughing at what he said, you're kind of just laughing like at his laugh. But he just has so much energy, and he's such a joy to be around. You know, I love being his teammate this year, and yeah, I mean, we made a lot of great memories together. I would say, you know, Juice wasn't there with us last week in Green Bay, but just kind of celebrating with the room in the locker room after the game was pretty special and something I always remember.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Next question goes to Doug Hyatt with NESN.
Hey, Cameron, when was the first time that you actually met Tom Brady, and what was that interaction like?
Yeah, so first I met Tom. So he had texted me like, "Hey, this is Tom Brady. Give me a FaceTime when you can." So I you know, had to verify that it was actually Tom Brady because it was just a random number. So I texted Chris, was like, "This dude for real?" And Chris confirmed that was Tom. So I FaceTimed Tom, and you know, he told me how excited he was to come down to Tampa. And you know, I think we were much more excited to be getting Tom Brady than he was to come down here. There, you know, there was a lot of question marks, you know, with our team. You know, we just hadn't had a lot of success down here. So you know, we were all really fired up. And so the first time I met him in person, we were going to Berkeley Prep, a local high school, to throw one Saturday morning, like 7 a.m. And it was me, Scotty Miller, Chris Godwin, and Tom. And I just remember being so nervous the night before just to go out and catch passes, just routes on air, you know, something I'd done a million times. And just because, you know, it's Tom Brady, you know, but he makes everyone feel very comfortable, made us all feel very comfortable right away. And it's just been a ton of fun getting to know him and being his teammate and just kind of being part of his legacy. Hopefully add one more championship this year to his ring total.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Next question will come from Dave Campbell with the Associated Press.
Hey, Cameron. I assume, like a lot of tight ends, you sort of consider yourself a de facto offensive lineman in some ways, like just in sort of connecting with those guys, and even though you do catch passes. But I'm wondering, just from the viewpoint of the blockers, since you do block, with a quarterback like Brady, even forgetting about all his success and his stature, like a guy who doesn't take very many sacks, what do you appreciate about that? And, just having a guy who knows when to get rid of the ball.
Right. Yeah. No, I definitely don't, I give so much credit to the O linemen and like the blocking tight ends, because that is so hard. It's so tough to do what those guys do. I'm definitely, more on the receiving side, what I'm asked to do, but, I mix it up every now and then, put my hand in the dirt and block a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, just as an offense, just avoiding those negative plays is so big. And I think the offensive line has done an awesome job this year, really elevating their game, really becoming kind of more cohesive as a unit. And, it's definitely helped us out. And, Tom, he's not trying to take too many hits, so he knows when to get rid of the ball and avoid the sacks. And just avoiding those negative plays has helped out our offense so much this year, because those have kind of crippled us in the past. So I'm sure those guys up front are really appreciative of Tom getting rid of the ball so quick.
The next question will come from Santiago Tomasi with NFL Chile.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Brate. I would like to ask you, you have been in Tampa for 7 seasons. You went to New Orleans, you came back. How do you feel being one of the veterans of the team and having O.J. Howard, Gronkowski, some tight ends of so high value, but you've been the veteran in that locker room?
Yeah, it's been a lot of tough years in Tampa. We haven't won before this year too many games. A lot of really tough seasons, long seasons, kind of getting in our own way, just finding different ways to lose games. So this year it's been so much fun, coming into work every day, working with these guys. We just kind of found a way to work together to kind of fix some of those problems that have plagued us in the past. And, being one of the guys who's been here a long time, it's been a wild ride. And, I'm very thankful for the additions we made this offseason. Bringing Tom in, he kind of changed the culture in the entire building, entire organization. And he deserves a ton of credit for what he's done, kind of changing, like I said, our culture as a program here. But, I'm so thankful for guys like Levante David, Will Golston, Mike Evans, who've been here, a long time and suffered through a lot of tough seasons, just kind of sticking to it. And, all that hard work over the years paid off finally.
Thanks.
All right. The next question will be Jason Alex Fleming with the Florida Sun.
How you doing, Mr. Brate?
Oh, real good.
Excellent. Glad to hear from you. Glad to see the smile on you. You growing out the beard, man. You comfortable?
Playoff beard. Yeah, come on.
Now, just your personal opinion. Just your opinion. Because you've seen how this offense functions. You're part of this offense. So do you feel that Brady and the crew is more deadly in a 12 formation or when it's just a single wide receiver and an offset when there's 3 wide? Which
Right.
do you feel is more deadly?
I would like to think the 12 formation selfishly. But I mean, it's hard to argue that, when we put the playmakers we have, at receiver, Mike, Chris, AB, Scotty, Tyler, just any combination of those 3 guys, it's hard to keep them off the field. It's hard not to call a shot every play when you got such great receivers. But But I think really what's helped us out as an offense is being multiple in our personnels. Sometimes you got to take like the boring, like 4-yard run or like the 6-yard, pass to me on the sideline or something like that. Kind of take those intermediate gains, because that just getting in favorable positions on 2nd and 3rd down where we can take those shots and have better matchups, as far as the coverage and stuff like that. I think it's just not having the defense pin their ears back when we're in 11 personnel, or when we go 4 receivers and a running back, dialing up blitzes and stuff like that. I think what has helped our offense is being not necessarily more conservative, but just mixing up our personnel more so that we can kind of use everyone in the defense, have a lot to think about.
With that being said, is there any chance that we're going to see you more packages near the goal line?
Can't get away the game plan, man. We'll see. Time will tell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our next question will be from Jenna Lane with ESPN.
Hi, Cam. Great to see you. I know you can't see me, but it's great to see you. Hi. I know that you guys don't get kind of the same Super Bowl experience, and the area doesn't quite get the same experience as it would if it wasn't for a pandemic. But can you just speak to the work that, the host committee and that the Tampa Bay area has done to still give you guys, and still give visitors an exciting week? I know a lot's gone into it.
Yeah, I have a very close connection with the Super Bowl host committee. So I have to say they've done a fantastic job this year, in spite of everything. My fiance is a part of that team. Good job, Brooke and company, Rob. The whole team. I know how much work has been put in, how many meetings, phone calls, late nights, kind of dealing with everything. And it's been very stressful, I know, for them. Like, how do you prepare for this? A lot of their plans I know had to get scrapped, and just kind of dealing with everything very fluidly. They've done an awesome job. She's shown me, I haven't been able to go out and kind of experience what's happening downtown for the fans and stuff like that, with the COVID protocols in place and stuff like that. But she's shown me videos, the fan interactions, the fireworks off the boat. It's still awesome. Like, it's still been a ton of fun. It's been a lot of sacrifices, not just from them, but from everyone, in the city, everyone within this organization, kind of making this season special. There's just been so much work put into it, and just can't say enough, about how everyone's responded and dealt with it.
And for you, it's also personal because you survived COVID, and so did she. And so for you guys to have so many healthcare workers that are going to get a chance to watch you on Sunday, what's it going to be like for you getting to play in front of all of them?
Yeah, it's awesome. No one deserves it more than those people who have sacrificed so much for us, making sure that we're all safe, working tirelessly around the clock to make sure we're all safe and healthy in the community, and just kind of giving them something that they can enjoy for all their hard work. Just something small. Going to Super Bowl, it's like it's going to be awesome. And hopefully those people, because they live here, are Bucs fans. I'm kind of calculating like how many Bucs fans we're going to have. So I'm counting most of those vaccinated healthcare workers as Bucs fans. So hopefully they can make some noise for us, kind of disrupt things for their offense.
Thanks, Cam.
Yep.
All right, so this will conclude our media session today. Thank you, Cameron, and thank you everyone for attending.
Thanks, guys. See ya.